Hello and welcome to another broadcast here on the FTN network. I'm Grey Jagers 1113. We're currently the constitutionalist presidential debate is starting soon there. Also tonight there are going to be primary elections for the Constitution Party where we will be covering it live on FTN. So, we're now going to make this announcement that we are live in our Discord. This is an FTN News special report. I say that with no context. Now. We're currently at the debate. Let me get my camera right. We're at the debate live here on FTN News. So hopefully we may redirect you to Mary Pride or Fox for the debate coverage. We may not hear the debate itself, but I probably will commentate over it. I probably will commentate, redo like a reaction style thing over one of the streams of the debate. Commentate over it. I would say the best way to compare to what I'm probably gonna do with the plan. What I'm planning to do is compare. You know how if you're a Nintendo fan like me, you probably know what a Nintendo Direct is. They do live presentations to showcase what their upcoming games are and stuff like that. We might do, and streamers will react to them live. So I'm thinking we could react to it, something like that. The debate is starting soon. Gonna get out of the way. There's Roblox Savage 12 right over there. They're perfect there now. They're interfere. You see Ralph Foley is already on stage. Ralph Foley is already on stage behind me. There's a Republican. There's a Republican. There's a Republican right there. Screaming GOP, GOP. We're currently waiting on. There you can see over there you can see former House Clerk Lucky Vinick, Senator Rotten 5. Roblox Savage 12 is over there. Zarda Vex, there's Zarda Vex. Former host of the Vex Angle and current host of Zarda Vex Tonight. One of our viewers, Game Lab 2017. Da_pork. Foreign Tyrone. And over there you can see one of the earliest members of NUSA and current owner of the potato and slash Mary Pride. It's Eisner. You can see former Vice President Eisner, Automatic Culture, and tea soups. So a very busy. Whoa, and there's a. Oh! Could I cover that? We're currently waiting on debate to begin. You can see his artifacts over there. Many high-profile figures here tonight. There you can see one of the moderators, T-Soups. We're waiting on the other moderator to join. We don't know who the other moderator is, but one of the moderators is T-Soups. Trying to get an angle where I don't have to deal with all those usernames. Perfect. So many high-profile figures. I'm going to commentate over this debate. How'd Lucky get out? Whoa. We're waiting on the debate to begin, so I glitched in. And also shout out to George Rockefeller, new member of the FTN family. We are excited to see who's joining us as a correspondent. We're now going to commentate over the live stream link. We're going to commentate over the live stream. Pulling it up. The debate is starting.
of the DFPA Roblox Savage 12. This debate is sponsored by the Commission on Presidential Debates, a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization.
You can see that as a Mary Pride covering it. I thought Fox News would cover it.
Sorry that we're frozen.
All right, apologies about that. Please come out. Please come out.
Ralph.
Wait, what happened?
Walk out.
Oh, bro, I'm not on PC right now. I turned on the auto clicker. Just bring me.
Okay, let's just bring Ralph.
Is Ralph AFK?
Okay, so we have our questions. T-Soups, go ahead with your.
Well, I don't expect us to cover all the issues of this campaign trail tonight. I would like to remind everyone that this is the only constitutionalist presidential debate scheduled before primary voting begins tonight right after this debate. We are going to focus on many of the issues that voters tell us are most important, and we're going to press for specifics. I'm honored to have this role, but this evening belongs to the candidates and just as important to the American people.
That's right. Candidates, we look forward to hearing you articulate your policies and your positions, as well as your visions, your values. So let's begin. Both candidates will have 1 minute and 30 seconds to deliver their opening statements. After the timer.
We're now going to listen to their opening statements.
Zarda died.
Wish best of luck to Ralph, and I hope we can keep it professional as possible. I have no further comments.
Mr. Foley, your opening statement.
I'm gonna keep this short. You just listen to my opponent say absolutely nothing.
we're
No
having
offense to
technical
Savage, I wish you the
difficulties.
best of luck too. But I'm running for this primary because I believe I can represent your values on the national stage. Roblox Savage.
Having technical difficulties.
He's trying to manipulate our base to help him win the presidency. And that's all. Can I reply?
Sure, you have 30 seconds to reply.
Ralph, you say I'm new to the Constitutionalists. You have been running this party for quite some time, yet I have more supporters than you in your own party. I think that says quite a lot about you yourself.
Mr. Foley, would you like to reply?
That's actually not true at all. I beat you in the poll by over 30 people, and then you're trying to accuse me of deleting votes, which is untrue, and I beat you by over 30. I have screenshots of all the votes. You did not beat me by 30, bro. Oh, yeah. It was like 70 to 40 or some shit. You got crushed by me.
Okay.
It's getting intense already.
Do any of the candidates have anything else to say? Okay,
No.
so go ahead.
Oh, I just said no.
Thank you, Mr. Foley, for that opening statement. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, like literally 30 seconds. We're gonna, reallocate, and when we come back, we're gonna start asking questions. We'll be
I think the Mary Pride's feed of the debate is having issues.
Welcome back to the presidential debate hosted by Fox News. Now, we would like to focus on a few key topics, your diplomatic and defense policy. Now, let's get into it. The first question is for both candidates. You will have exactly 2 minutes to answer and 1 minute to review or reply or write a reply. Now, do you believe that our diplomatic ties and the State Department as a whole should be on the list of important or prioritized departments that need to be reformed? And if so, how do you intend to have an active part in this nation's diplomatic ties as head of state? Director Savage, we'll begin with you.
Yeah, I think our ties with everyone on an international level is really important. As of right now, the United States has no specific allies. We only have interests. The Department of the State has deteriorated significantly. It's pretty embarrassing, to be honest. I think something needs to be done about it immediately. You have resignations coming in from ambassadors one at a time. And I think the Secretary of State, you need a stable Secretary of State because we've seen maybe 3 to 4 different Secretary of States nominated in the past week or so. So I think that's need to be sorted out from the top.
Okay, thank you. Ralph, do you want me to repeat the question?
Sorry about that.
Oh,
I had to get my headphones there.
Do you believe that the diplomatic ties and the State Department as a whole should be on the list of important or prioritized departments that need to be reformed? And if so, how do you intend to have an active part in this nation's diplomatic ties as head of state?
Oh yeah, I definitely think it needs to be prioritized as a department that needs to be reformed because at the moment, like Roblox Savage said, we have no allies, we have interests, and we're letting these 10-member nations in the United Nations push us around, which should never happen, realistically speaking. And we're getting bitched by the United Kingdom left and right. I hate to say it myself. So what we need to do is we need to create significant allies and diminish these enemies, such as the United Kingdom, build relations with nations like Russia, who have only de-allied us because of presidents like Arnie Vinnick, Lord Death the Reaper, who are too weak to continue these relations and amend them. That's all.
Okay, thank you. And now I'll hand over this debate to Zardavex. Zarda.
Yeah, thank you so much, T. That was very good. That was very good. Thank you for that.
Interesting learning about their foreign policy.
So this question's for both candidates. Mr. Speaker, you were recently elected as Speaker of the House. You have experience in both houses of Congress. But Director Savage, I think it is, you are currently serving as the director of the DFPA. Many people aren't sure if you've had any other experience. Excuse me, this isn't for both candidates. This is for Roblox. Many people aren't sure if you've had, political experience in the past few months. So, could you just, put that to rest and tell us, how do you intend to use your experiences, to help you if you're president?
Yeah, speaking for myself, I'm not the DFP director currently. I resigned a few days ago due to the Hatch Act. I have experience in USM. I served at our highest level in USM. I was the JCS, the VCNO. I served law enforcement. I have many awards from the president himself. I am currently a clerk for 2 justices, Nicholas R. Fulton and Nate L. Marshall. and that's about
At this point, it's just essentially.
it. I served in the White House as well, but I would
Essentially,
like to hear
it's him
about
at this
Ralph's
point just flexing all his achievements. It's just like everything he's ever done.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, he is challenging you. Go ahead.
Challenged by Mr. Speaker.
All right, let me start off with the fact that none of that qualifies you for the presidency, and now.
Stating that none of the experience qualifies him for the presidencies.
Oh, let's take a look at my track record. I've served in both chambers of Congress, Speaker of the House, Speaker pro tempore, House Majority Leader, Senator, Senate Majority Whip, all of that. It may not seem like a lot, but in these roles, I've taken on some leadership qualities. I've inherited them, and I think that personally makes me fit for the presidency. Along with that, I've also served in the military as the Vice Chief of Staff of the Air Force.
Essentially,
So I've served in the law enforcement in a multitude of positions, and all in all, I think from those experiences, I'm the most qualified for the presidency right now. And that's all.
Can I review?
Sure.
Ralph, to be specific, which departments of the law enforcement are you serving?
HLS, FPS, SF, SWAT. I served in almost everyone except for the Secret Service and DFPA.
Is yet to do. To point that out, I have worked tirelessly with my board to put. Sorry, my bad.
Wait. What do I have yet to do?
To put specific policies in place for my campaign. I have shown the constitutionalists that I will do my best to drive this agency. My bad. To drive this party to the best, and I will work tirelessly in the office of the President of the United States to ensure that NUSA gets where it needs to go, and it's not based on politics.
Mr. Foley, would you like to reply or anything?
What did you say I've yet to do?
You yet to put specific policies in place.
Oh yeah, my policies in the work because I don't push out useless policies that don't help this nation like you did. I'm actually working with former secretaries of state, secretaries of defense, all that to listen to what their needs were, to put together some policy that will be released in the coming days.
And I need to agree with those policies.
Can I review?
Debate is about to debate policies, essentially.
Yeah.
We need to know.
Ralph, you speak as if you have seen my policies. Can you name any specific detail from any of the policies I released? Because you speak as if you've seen all of them.
Your congressional policy, which shouldn't even exist, because as president, you're head of the executive branch, not congressional. You've never served in Congress, so I don't know why you're trying to speak as if you know what it's like to be like as a congressman or working with them as a president or as anyone in the executive branch. So that shouldn't even exist.
Well, you said,
wait, I'm not done. And for your foreign policy, you state that we need to be friends with these nations, which is entirely untrue. For letting these 10-member nations get votes in the UNGA or anything like that, or even be allies with them, it's not going to benefit us. We're just giving them unneeded attention when we should be working on ourselves domestically. That's all.
Ralph Foley, they were discussing foreign policy, not domestic policy.
Then we have to move on.
No problem. You say this is, I have useless policies, yet I have worked with many congressional members, including my vice president pick, on this congressional policy, because I know as a president I do not have control over the Congress yet. You see Congress members being corrupted all over the place.
Yes,
which is why you can't put laws in place to get to ensure
interesting.
they act the proper way. And for my domestic policy, I have a board of 5 members: Secretary of States, former Secretary of States, former ambassadors, and a lot more.
2 things. You mentioned your domestic policy, but you say you have secretaries of state working on them. Aren't they supposed to be working on foreign policy? And when speaking about Congress,
I don't know.
Let
I
him
don't know if
finish.
I don't know if you're deaf or if you're just stupid, but I was speaking about
Whoa.
United foreign policy.
An
You
intense
just said
debate
domestic
is going
policy.
on right
But anyways,
Nah, I did
your
not.
vice presidential
Alright,
candidate
yeah.
hasn't even served a term in Congress, so
Candidates,
not the most reliable.
Come on. We're gonna get to the VPs very soon. Gotta move on, okay? Let's be big boys. Speaker Foley, you have been criticized for rarely using your microphone. As president, you have to communicate with important important meetings like cabinet meetings or national security meetings. Will you commit to using your microphone more often if elected as president?
Doesn't
I just
matter.
think this notion that you have to use your microphone when in NUSA Gen or something like that, it's like overused, and like I'll use it when I need to, and as like I am right now, and if I'm elected president, I'm gonna use it very often. That's all.
All right. We have another.
Can I
Oh,
repeat?
sorry. Yeah, you can.
I'll say this for Ralph to hear. If you have no microphone, you have no authority. So make it known to yourself.
What'd you just say?
If you have no microphone, you have no voice, you have no authority, you have no command over the people as the president of the United States.
You know I'm speaking right now, right? And I just said I'll be using it often.
Oh, this
yeah,
is
but
an
this is like the
intense
second time
debate.
you're speaking. If you ask
This is
anyone.
an intense debate right here.
All right. Moving
I'm
on.
getting a lot of
Repeat that?
first presidential debates from
Yeah,
this.
go ahead,
For
go ahead.
first presidential debate
Can you
vibes
repeat
from
what you just
this.
said? Roblox Savage?
Yeah, Zarda said it himself. This is like
Big position of power.
you
forced to,
said
so-
you said you served in
Oh my-
Congress, you served in the in our law enforcement and USM. Yet this is the second time you're using your microphone.
Second time using it in front of him, yeah, but I've used it on multiple other occasions.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah, the fuck?
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah,
All
let's move on. T, go ahead.
We're sorry about that. We're sorry. We are extremely sorry about that. I'm just gonna rejoin. We're gonna rejoin the feed, and right now, we're gonna rejoin the audio feed.
In a neutral and bipartisan way to ensure that the country can move forward. And Ralph, you can answer first.
Can you repeat the second part of your question?
How will how will a fully White House deal with the conflict in a neutral, bipartisan way to ensure that the country can move forward? And the conflict being the relationship between USM and Congress.
Okay, to start off with Congress. My House caucus and the Senate caucus, we've always tried our hardest to work with every president. Arnie, Lord Death, or Drellian, and Nightmare. We've always tried to work with them. The only responsive ones were Drellian and Nightmare. And, well, can you repeat the second part again?
Interesting. This is getting real intense. This is an intense debate.
Yeah, sorry, you're too slow.
How are you
That's
going
not
to
something I can
ensure
promise at the moment, since Congress and USM have always had their different opinions, but it's something we can, like, all three branches can always work. I mean, both branches. I don't know how to explain. Like, Congress, we don't rely on the USM, and the USM doesn't rely on Congress, only for certain things. And I think if we establish this thing like, we're going to need them for this, or we're going to need to pass this war act, or something like that, then that's when we'll be using them. It's like not something I can 100% push out a statement for, but something we can capitalize off of. That's all.
Discussing.
Okay.
What's next?
Moving on to Roblox. Do you want me to repeat the question for you?
No, I got it. I think Congress and USM relationship has always been a bumpy road, a bit slippery. Obviously, both of them have different jobs, but at the end of the day, we're all representing the United States. We're all fighting for the same cause. So I think regardless of our differences, you still have to respect both sides for what they do. And I hope they do realize that in the future.
Great response from Roblox Savage. We're not gonna.
Okay, thank you. Zarda?
Yeah. Director Savage. What do I call you? Savage or Savage?
It's your option, to be honest.
I call him Savage personally.
Savage, you of course are running for the constitutionalist nomination, but you're also running for the plutocrat nomination. Are you truly committed to the belief of constitutionalists? Because plutocrats have a completely different platform of policies and beliefs.
Yeah, I am, and I'm fully dedicated. I've put most of my time in the Constitutionalist Party. No hate to the plutocrats, but I've spoken with my vice presidential candidate, and we went over it, and we said I will caucus the Constitutionalist Party, and he will do the plutocrats.
Interesting. So he is working.
Okay.
He
Mr. Foley,
really
do you
is
want to
very.
rebut
He
or
really wants bipartisanship, is what.
Nah.
That is the vibe I'm getting from this
go ahead.
candidate.
You and many of your constitutional allies have been getting, quote, murked and killed in the streets of Washington, D.C. by members of the GOP militia, namely Duke Jewell and Money Ops. Many have said that these
I haven't
attacks are
heard much.
staged and that your motives to hold them accountable are politically staged. But you have been there face to
have
face
not
with these thugs
heard
and know they are real.
anymore.
So how will a Foley administration deal with these attacks from the
I do
GOP
not even
militia and
know.
other criminal organizations?
I don't know. I don't even
I
know
think the
much
first
about the
step
GOP
fixing this
militia.
is not by blaming a certain political party, because we don't know who's behind this at the moment. All we know is their leader is Money Ops and Duke Jewell. Now, to ensure that these criminals are held accountable, we must have law enforcement and the Department of Justice always at hand, ready to deploy a DC, ready to make prosecutions and to hold these people accountable. And that's it.
So they're
Alright, thank you.
So they're discussing.
Roblox, did you want to?
So they're discussing crimes. We're gonna listen to. Here's Roblox Savage's response.
No, I'm good.
All right. This is, probably the question most people have been asking.
Here we go. Here's the question. There's a bit of a. The feed is buffering. We're not.
Most people have been waiting for Roblox Savage. We had to edit our script because you just announced your VP. So Roblox, this goes to you first, since you just announced yours. You have announced AKA Cool Guy as your vice president. As your vice presidential candidate, excuse me. Just talk about him. Talk about that choice. Why do you think he's a good decision? And then Ralph, you can talk about him after, and then we're going to do vice versa. So, Roblox, go ahead.
We're now going to listen in.
Yeah, I think Ralph, I think AK is a really good guy. If anyone knows him, you know he's a really good guy. Since I announced him, I had a rally at 5 EST. I announced him. I have been getting a lot of good feedback. A lot of people approved of him. A lot of people really liked the pick. They told me I made a good choice. AK has served in Congress many, many times. He's currently serving in DCC as well. And I honestly think he'll be a great candidate.
Mr. Foley, Speaker Foley, what is your reaction to him choosing AK Cool Guy 96 as his vice presidential candidate? And then we're going to ask you a question about
We're
your
not going to
candidate.
listen to his
I haven't had too many interactions with AK Cool Guy. The only time I've really spoke with him on a political level was when he betrayed the Constitutionalist Party, to create the Patriot Party, but I don't really talk about that since it's past me now. And I don't really remember AK Cool Guy serving in Congress, but like I said, I don't really care. His vice presidential pick, not mine. So, and what's your next question?
My next question, Speaker Foley, who are you going to choose as your vice president? Have you already chosen one? Are you still looking at options? Do you have a short list? And when will we get an announcement for your VP candidate?
I've actually have a short list that I'm vetting as we speak. Me and my close staff members are vetting. And I reckon it'll be released within the next 2 to 3 days, depending on how fast we could review these potential candidates. That's all.
Right, all right. So this is our last question before we move on to the next segment. As President of the United States of America, you need to communicate with everyone. You need to be held accountable by the citizens who elected you. How are you going to manage communication with all the citizens? Are you going to host meet and greets every week? Cheese block bowl parties? What are you going to do? So I guess we'll start with Director Savage.
Yeah, I think, for
Now you have
example,
a camera.
Fox News, you see President Nightmare going up, voicing his opinion, talking to all the criminals and all of that on a public level. I think that's a really good idea. It's a really good image to put out. I think that should keep on going on. As well as Large Titanic to host the Block of Cheese event. I think that was also a good idea, and those are two things I'll really be looking forward to doing as well. You gotta make sure you have a good connection with the people,
Maybe
a
I
good
could try to get
relationship,
those
and
rights
bring
broadcast
America
back.
back as well.
Okay, so Ralph, same question.
Can you repeat your question? I was tabbed out.
Yeah, as president, you need to communicate with everyone. How are you going to manage communication with all the citizens? Are you going to host meet and greets, cheese block bowl parties, etc.?
For starters, the one thing I can respect Arnie for is answering all his DMs like I do. So that's something I'll definitely be working to do since presidents get flooded with DMs and most not answer. That's something I'll be looking forward to accomplishing. Additionally, I think working with media companies and setting up these public events such as like the Big Block of Cheese, galas, and questionnaires or whatever along those lines, that's something I'll be looking forward to doing. And anything that just helps me connect with the citizens better. That's all.
And I'm sorry, this is the final question. It's very quick, so you should be able to answer it in like 30 seconds. What do you think of the Nightmare administration? Do you think it's a good administration? And who do you think he supports? Oh, yeah, that's a big question. I guess, Ralph, go first.
Big question.
I really like President Nightmare. The people that are claiming him illegitimate is because, I don't know, I'm not really around that legal like street or whatever you want to call it. So I can't really comment on that, but I think he's a wonderful president so far. He's done a lot of shit for the American people, pardon my French.
We're sorry about that.
He ended up supporting me because my ideas align with his. The current ones he's implementing. And I can't wait to further his legislative agenda in the House. That's all.
Director Savage, go ahead.
Yeah, President Nightmare was elected by surprise. He wasn't really expecting it, but I think despite that, he's done a really good job into putting together a good administration, a good team. I think he has been doing fantastic so far with the nominations he has released. He's been trying really hard, especially with law enforcement. He's bringing back executive branch inspections as well as he's called it agency wars or something like that, and I think it's a really good idea.
We're
okay. So we're gonna, we're not going to go into commercial break. We're just going to, just take a few seconds to get audience questions. If you have questions you want to ask the candidates, and we might get to them, just ask them.
I'm now going to give my takeaways from this debate so far, before we rejoin their debate. I have to say, in our Decision Desk group chat, George Rockefeller, our newest correspondent, says he thinks Ralph is going to win. And I can tell he's a huge supporter of Ralph. Well, I'm going to say something, George. You're cool, but I'm going to say, I kind of think Savage's performance is great. Okay, we just heard him correct. There are 5 audience questions that have came in. This is the last segment. We're gonna...
From the audience, how would you regain activity within NUSA? Currently, there is a major issue with that. That question is from Andy. I'm not sure if that's Andy, but yeah, it just says Andy. So, Roblox, go first.
All right.
Good question from Andy there.
A large part of our activity comes from the roleplay. You see, Ridgeway is heavily based on roleplay. Ridgeway has a lot of activity. I think NUSA has its own perspective. I think DC has its own perspective. My bad. But you also want to lean towards the roleplay side just a little bit more. I think it'll encourage new members, new jobs, new opportunities and stuff, because it's been the same old thing over and over, which is something my administration works towards. Yeah, that's about it.
Mr. Foley, go ahead.
I think as we need to bring back an incentive for starting a criminal gang, for continuing to work in law enforcement, because there's nothing we can do right now in aspects of role play because of the development issues we're faced with from the clan managers. So we have to give people an incentive to continue working on your criminal gang, or continuing to go to DC, continuing to apply
Agreed,
for
there
FPS
needs
or
to be an
anything along those
incentive.
lines. We just need to bring back a game-oriented community. That's all I gotta say.
Agreed. I kind of agree with
All right,
that there.
T-Suits,
Let's see what.
a question.
I wonder what T has to ask there.
Okay. This question is on foreign policy, and it actually comes from the Jordanian.
You son of a gun.
minister.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, you son of a gun. Go ahead.
Thanks for interrupting. Anyways, what are you going to do to keep up relations with foreign nations that the U.S. currently has relations with? Ralph, you can answer first.
Here comes Ralph.
I think we should work with the current nations we have, and like supporting them in war, supporting us when we need, bringing game activity to their game once in a while. They could bring their people to ours. It should just be a mutual relationship where we both benefit each other, and that's really it, to be honest.
Okay, I have no idea who answered that because you both sound the same. But
That was Ralph.
Oh, okay. Roblox, go ahead.
T, can you repeat?
Yes. So, what are you going to do to keep up relations with foreign nations that the U.S. currently has relations with?
Well, as of now, as I said before, the United States does not have a lot of allies because of the Department of State current situation. But I think you need to ensure that we have these countries know that we have interests. We open our arms to them, and they are welcome to come. I think, as I said before, with the role play, it will really boost us up in a domestic and international level as well. These countries need to understand that they can come to our country. They are invited. They can't come and see, lack of role play and the constant killing at DC all the time, the SK. We really have to do something about that. And that's about it. Oh, and they have to understand that we will benefit as well as they. So it's a give and take.
Okay, Carter Plays. This question is
Interesting.
from Carter Plays. How do you plan to fill your new cabinet? Will you commit to fresh faces? Fresh and new faces. Will you have old LARPers from like 2018 and 2019, or are you gonna have new faces, people who just joined, people who are qualified? Roblox Vaj, go first.
Will we exceed new
Well,
faces
as
in
I
this
said before,
administration?
throughout my DFPA time, I'm sure if any one of my agents can remember, I always say, you do not get experience. You only get experience by being in the job. So you're not going to get experience anywhere else. So I think you need to give new people the opportunity as well. Obviously, if there is no good candidates for the new position, you have to go with someone previously, but you don't want to go with someone who is way too worn out in the position, because it will affect the department in a negative way.
Oh, interesting.
Mr. Foley.
I think we just need to pick based off experience. The new people that have served in the deputy cabinet, the deputy director position, or in any position in that department where they've built up the relevant experience to serve as the director or cabinet of that agency. Shouldn't be picking these old people, no offense to them, because it's time we move on from this old generation and we start teaching these younger people how to run
They both
things in
kind of,
NUSA.
agree there.
That's all I gotta say.
I think they both kind of agree there.
All right. Next
Sometimes
question.
I'm sorry, the screen's
Do you
going
plan
blank.
to aim to I cannot pronounce that.
Revitalize.
Yeah, whatever she said, Las Vegas, and if so, how?
Interesting question. There's some awkward silence there.
Answer this, I guess. You can't really revitalize Las Vegas yet. There's obviously development issues with the game, and we can't really proceed with that. And it's not something that we can personally fix, since DC has been the epitome of activity for NUSA for years now. Las Vegas has just been sitting there. Unless clan management goes and updates it
Interesting.
and invites the NUSA community to be like, hey, play this often now. We updated it. We brought new things to it. And no, we shouldn't be bringing activity to it unless we do some nostalgic startups.
Well, that's exactly what he did.
Director Savage.
Yeah, could you repeat the question, please?
Oh god, this is hard. How do you plan to revitalize Las Vegas,
Welcome
and if
to
so,
the world
how?
of journalism, Zarda. It is hard.
Well, it's obviously not going to be easy considering the lazy development and clan managers we have. Obviously, for now, all you can do is host startups, which the president should do because the president has really powerful voice. I think startups, maybe you get people used to the old game they were familiar with, the game they once loved. As you see right now, for a lot of time they focused on DC, which is why DC is more like the main city now. But yeah, in order to get Las Vegas back active, it starts from the development team. And I hope with server startups at Las Vegas, they realize that people want updates and people want to see new things in the city.
Okay, and T, ask the last audience question.
Okay, this question is, how are they, as
okay.
in a full administration or Savage administration, going to limit criminal activity? And I will direct that question firstly to Ralph.
First of
I
all,
think
we
this
shouldn't
is
be
the
limiting
last question.
criminal activity. We should only be deploying law enforcement to stop it temporarily at DC because that's what the roleplay aspect of the game is. We should, that's pretty much it. We shouldn't be full force limiting it to be like, oh, if you start a gang, you're an NST or a national security threat. We should be just stopping them at DC, and I guess that's it. Yeah.
Director Savage, this question
It's all about
hits
fun,
home
in my
for you
opinion.
because you were the
If
former
you have
director
fun
of a law enforcement agency. Go ahead.
Yeah, based on how DC is developed, you cannot limit crime. It's developed around crime, which is more like what they call it, cops and robbers. Cannot stop the crime, you can only combat it, which is why in my policy I specifically said I do not promise to stop crime. I think we need crime to keep DC active. It's what keep it going.
Yeah, exactly.
You need law enforcement to come together because these gangs, these are big gangs. Sponge gang, well, whatever it be, these are large gangs that do raids, and you need all law enforcement on hand. And I think if you get all these law enforcement to come together, it encourages activity. People may want to join these law enforcement, and it will make our city a lot more active than it is right now.
Okay, so thank you so much for all of that. I have one more question. I just had to sneak this in here.
Final question.
Both of you just say one nice thing, about each other. Just one incy-bincy nice thing. Roblox, go first.
Ralph kind of looks like me, so I fuck with that.
To be honest, wait, what do you say?
I have no idea.
Can you repeat that, Roblox?
I said you kind of look like me, so I fuck with that.
Wow, that was a big burn. Okay.
I can't wait to see you in number 37 again in the congressional election.
Whoa. Okay, there seems to be a terrorist threat.
And there seems to be an exploit.
Can you guys just give your closing statements? Because this sucks. This really sucks. Let's just close this out. Give your closing statements. You have 30 seconds. Roblox Savage, go first.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who came out, everyone who's been supporting. I know we can win this election. The voting opens in about an hour. Let's go out. Let's prove them wrong. The time for leadership is now, and yes, we can.
All right, thank you so much. Wow, this has been an interesting debate. Lots of questions have been answered. So thank you so much.
Hello, my closing statement. Oh,
what?
Muffle, you got into a muffle.
Okay.
Interesting debate, that is for sure. I hope you all enjoyed our commentary. This is an FTN News special report. Now an FTN News special report. This is an FTN News special report. I'm Great Jaker. This is an FTN News special report. I'm Great Jakers 1113. The constitutionalist primaries have officially begun. I thought I switched to the special report intro. You have word voting has just opened. We're gonna be paying attention to that. We're gonna be paying attention to that. By the way, this desk was empty, so I might as well just use it. Voting has apparently just opened. Well, anyways, now I'm gonna go over my takeaways. From the debate. First off, great performance from both candidates. I'm going to say, if I were to choose a winner for this debate, I'm going to say it would be Roblox Savage. His candidate, his strong performance from Roblox. And I can't wait to make some projections tonight. We're gonna Ralph Foley is now getting quite aggressive. He's saying we cannot let somebody like Roblox Savage with the presidency. He's good. Our own George Rockefeller says Ralph Foley definitely won this. I respect Roblox. He had a lot of points, but I think people would agree Foley would win this. Yeah. I think he is most likely to win the primary because he's already quite well known here in Noosa. He already has a wide wide support base, and I think that will benefit him a lot. But based off of an FTN News poll, So anyways, we will be right back. We're going to head to the Constitutionalist Voting Center. Hello, and we're back, and to view the unfiltered results, Ralph is in the lead by a wide margin immediately. Somebody is bringing a boat right here. It is getting really chaotic. We apologize on, There, Ralph Foley currently leads, 54%, with 55.4% of the vote. 54.66 now, I'm currently waiting on more results to come in. Currently waiting on the numbers. I'm going to double check. Is there a... unfiltered results? There we have the unfiltered results. Senator, a con artist, Mayor, DC Mayor Director Poke in front. Ralph Foley is continuing to lead here. His lead is increasing, but expecting things to tighten up later. NUSA decides. We believe, Savage had a... I think Savage got a few more votes. I think Savage got a... few more votes, oh, come on. There, Savage leads, and oh, Savage is getting up. Vote totals are increasing. Savage, his vote totals are increasing, and who is flinging me? Who's flinging me? What the heck?
Forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I'd let...
Well, anyways, I'm gonna go vote now. Be right back. Well, anyways, we have a key race alert. A key race alert. Breaking news, right now. Ralph Foley's lead just increased a lot, and now, oh, it decreased, and I've got flung. Who keeps flinging me? But earlier if you take a look, the lead. Remember, Roblox was in the lead by a larger margin, and now that margin has decreased. Just exactly 51% to 49%. Did the break, and now it's nearing now oh dang it. You're right. I'm thinking Savage Roblox Savage may take the lead very, 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 very soon. I think Savage is in the lead. Roblox is taking the lead, and well, we're waiting now. It's 50-50 and 50-50. I'm tied. It's tied. 50-50. We're tied 50-50. The elections are tied 50-50. And we are currently waiting. No new updates coming in for a while. The results may be broken, but no, and Savage is. But Savage takes the lead. Foliage has now took the lead and Ralph Foley takes back. Foley has taken back. Foley has taken back. Foley has taken back the lead. Foley has taken back the lead. Selection is way closer than we thought. We're waiting on these, we're waiting on further updates to the results. Ralph Foley still leads. Now Ralph Foley's lead has increased again. We're expecting it to increase again. Savage 12. Roblox Savage 12. Roblox Savage 12 is beginning to fall behind. Constitutionalist primaries now are too close to call. For a short amount of time, Savage had the lead. We're now waiting on it's getting close again. Things are getting close again. Roblox Savage is leading. I'm Ralph Foley. Pardon me. Got these, isn't, oh wait, it's 50-50 again. It's a tie again, 50-50. We're split 50-50 again. It's getting 50-50 again. We're 50-50 again. Ralph Foley can hold this lead for about, for a lot of tonight. We make... Again, Savage takes the lead. Never mind if he can... Savage is taking back the lead. It's still... There you see Savage. In the lead, but we're now tied 50-50 and Savage was tied 50-50. Savage. Oh. Savage. Is Savage. Can Savage hold the lead? Can Savage hold the lead? Will Savage will Roblox Savage hold the lead? We do not know at the moment. Will Savage? People are gathering around the results. We do not know. We cannot, at this time, we're not ready to project Savage the winner because it is way too early. And now, Savage's lead has increased and now it's decreased again. It's been going back and forth so far. First time. And it's now 50-50. Apparently, but Ralph Foley is in the lead. We do not know. It's currently tied. Okay. A lot of enthusiasm and Ralph Foley taking back the lead. It's now 50-50 again. We're not sure. It's currently split 50-50. It's currently split 50-50. The selection is remaining way too close. Way too close to call. Probably won't have a projection in at least a few hours. Probably not until like early tomorrow night. Probably won't have a projection until around early tomorrow night. Right, stand by. The FTN decision desk is ready to. Ralph, taking the lead, keeps the lead. So, anyways, we're gonna end this stream now for a bit. We'll be if there's any new developments, we'll